Believe it or not, I get a lot of emails and comments over at humanamplified.com about paranormal experiences, what they are, what they mean, and what to do about them. I absolutely love that I get these types of questions. And so I want to share one with you today that was like really cool to respond to. First, if we've met before, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Brandy Fleck. I'm a writer, artist, certified trauma informed life coach, host of the top rated Human Amplified podcast, where I interview lots of cool folks about their human condition and how to make it better. And also am currently being called to strengthen my intuitive abilities and share my experience with you around that. So I'm answering that calling, among others, on this channel, and I'm excited to see where it takes us. If what I share here resonates, I'd appreciate it if you'd boop that subscribe button, like this video, and leave me a comment. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay. Take what does and leave the rest. Now, let's get into it. I don't have permission to give the name of the person who inquired, so I won't identify anyone, but here's what my reader asked. They said, "Hi, Brandy. To start, I have read your thoughts on the spiritual world in the forms of energy, and in 15 years of seeking answers, your take is the most logically sound that I have been able to come to terms with. I'm hoping for insight on an experience I had with a friend, me, non religious but open minded, him, the son of a preacher, 15 years ago. In the middle of the woods on what was believed to be a haunted side road, the most the most purest, warm, loving feeling and non-blinding light appeared nearly 20 feet in front of us, spanning maybe 6 to 8 feet tall and 6 to 8 feet wide, 1 foot off the ground, a perfect circle. We could not think or talk, only walk to it in absolute awe and curiosity. And just as fast as it appeared, it vanished in realistically 3 to 5 seconds. To this day, I long for answers as to what, why, and why us. The scientifical thought process in me says that whatever generated that kind of energy to produce non blinding light of that magnitude is, well, for number one, not possible. And two, obviously tells me it has to be spiritual, but with that kind of controlled power, much, much high on the spiritual realm of things, God, Jesus, or an angel. I just need help understanding why. Thank you, Anonymous. So this is really cool. And let me just say, I'm really honored that people come to me with information and questions like this. So here's how I responded. Hi, Anonymous. Thanks for reaching out. Your story is so interesting. I'm glad you resonated with the info I have out on spirituality and energy. I'd be happy to give you my take on what you experienced. Let me start by saying that I'm not acting in any professional capacity, just providing thoughts person to person. My first instinct is to ask you what your thoughts are on why you experienced this light being. I bet you have some kind of idea deep down, and I think you can trust yourself. I'd be interested to know if you care to share. Based on an experience I had as a child with being saved from a fall and questioning why, I might answer the why with, it was part of your soul contract to have that experience so that you could learn from it and awaken to the possibilities out there, and maybe even share about it to help others know they aren't alone. Are you familiar with the theory of soul contracts? And now, to you, dear viewer, yes, I've been watching Bridgerton. I would ask, are you familiar with the theory of soul contracts? We're not going to get into that in this video, but if you are, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, back to my response. In terms of what, it could have been an angel. I hear that they appear to people in forms that you're able to digest, including as orbs, if at all, visually, I mean. But I don't think it was an angel. Based on your description, it reminds me of a higher dimensional being that could be extraterrestrial. I've not experienced extraterrestrials that I know of, but from hearing stories from many people who have and do, there are some ETs who have light bodies instead of physical bodies. And I've heard that their presence is very loving. There are others who have physical bodies, but also vibrate at such a high frequency, it seems heavenly and spiritual to us. Does any of this resonate? Have a great weekend, Brandy. Now, after I sent this response, I still thought even more about this experience because, like, it was a perfect circle. So, was it a portal? Was it something else? I don't know for sure what it was, but I've since learned that there are people out there who think that angels actually are forms of extraterrestrial energy. So, what do you think? Was this an angel? Was it an ET? Was it something else? Let's hear your answers in the comments. And if I get particularly good ones, I'll pin them so we can all learn from them. And I really can't wait to hear what you come up with. Also, if you have a question of your own that you'd like answered, feel free to ask. Go to humanamplified.com/contact and submit yours. There's no guarantee I'll get to it, depending on how many there are, but if I can get to it, I'd love to feature your question here. I'll put that link in the description box.